This is a video representation for the Central Ohio PMI Chapter Professional Development Day. It's a recording from a webinar that Linda Carter and David Davis did for PMI, projectmanagement.com, and we would like to submit this proposal. It is a little edited, chopped up, but it should give you the idea of how we work together as a team and are able to bring value to participants in our webinar. Thank you.
And really engage those stakeholders. So we're going to talk about some techniques and some theories that are going to help you get into a deeper relationship, deeper understanding, and really engage those stakeholders more effectively. So a terminology piece here. You've probably all heard about IQ, right, which measures your intelligence, or EQ, which measures your capacity to be aware of and control your emotions and handle relationships and empathetically. But today we're going to talk about CI, or cultural intelligence. It's the capability to relate to work and work effectively across cultures. So I looked up the definition of cultures here, and I thought that would be a good way to start. Right? What is culture? Culture is the belief and the customs of a specific period of time. Right? So there are cultures over time in history, or a specific social group. And we probably belong to all kinds of different cultures. We belong to cultures in our family groups, in our nationality groups, in our socioeconomic groups, in any religious groups, in any professional organizations. All of those areas have cultures of their own. And it's really important to understand the culture so that you can be more effective in building relationships from that area. And Dave, I'm just going to invite you to jump in anytime you want to jump in and share some information.
I'll do that. Well, I will right at the moment. Besides knowing this, it's also understanding, I'll say, the protocols and quote rules, unquote, of interaction among yourself and the members of the particular culture. Being a participant where you're engaged with what those rules and those protocols are, so you are able to better interact, empathize, and understand exactly that communication.
Well spoken, Dave. That's a perfect lead into the content I want to cover on this slide, which is really that what we need to do is start with self-awareness. It's really important to understand others' cultures, but we have to understand ourselves because we have reactions to cultures that we like or cultures that are different. And so we need to be able to have some self-awareness and self-reflection so that we can work more effectively. So there's some research on cultural intelligence, and it breaks it up into the three kind of categories: cognitive, right, our thinking ability; physical, how I present and engage; and then emotional perspectives as well. And when we think about each of these categories of cultural intelligence, we can think about how we quantify it. So as I go through these three categories, let's start with an example.
For cultures that like puppies, for summary.
They're inquisitive puppies. They're inquisitive.
Yeah, Linda, I'll let you go. I'll let you wrap things up there.
I hope you got value out of today's session and enjoyed the conversation. There's a lot of good comments that were put that we couldn't address all of them. I apologize. Some of you have been popping up cultural differences that you see when you're working with, from your country's perspective, with American companies and the cultures that are in there.